Hello, everyone. Um, right. So let's continue on the world business. I don't know. Firstly, I guess one has to say, I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's talk to the dear Swiss, who in a referendum have yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday have rejected a hardline initiative on criminal foreigners, an initiative to automatically deport foreigners who commit certain crimes. Oh, dear Switzerland, I consider you the actual birthplace of democracy, and it's wonderful that you still have referendums on everything. It is democracy at its best. Wonderful. And then of course a smaller note. I hear that weddings have been legalized for Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster in New Zealand. Wonderful. Again, New Zealand, one of the best countries in the world. As on a sadder note, the Star reports, or the Reuters, I guess, Thomson Reuters Foundation reports in the Star that 6 cases of the mutilation and the murder of children as good luck sacrifices were reported during the recent Ugandan elections. A children's charity has said. Child sacrifice cases are common during the election time, as some people believe blood sacrifices will bring wealth and power. Please stop. Oh, then again, a greater note. I hear this is a few days old, a week old or something. I hear that the French in France, they have legally banned supermarkets from throwing away and spoiling unsold food. Well, magnifique, outstanding. Merci beaucoup. Now let's the rest of Europe please follow suit. And then again last week or something, I hear that in Britain they're trying to again the new UK law to force age verification on internet porn sites. Again, please, if you really think that something like this is, can happen without, destroying the idea of internet. It was who's leading? Can't find it, but if I understood correctly, it was Baroness someone who leads the ministry or the official responsible for this. I don't know if internet porn is quite her thing. Anyway, my main point today has to be that I feel the burn. It's simply because you don't know what's going to happen next. I trust that Bernie Sanders, no matter what happens on Super Tuesday, that he's going to keep on going because it is important, and a bit personally, a bit disappointed at Cenk Uygur and the Young Turks for actually saying that if Bernie loses everything, but absolutely everything but Vermont, that he should that he should somehow be discouraged, and that the pressure put on by the establishment that he should drop out so that he doesn't hurt Hillary Clinton. I think it is defeatist. I'm very sorry that they should have said that. I think it's obvious that Bernie should keep on going, trying to spread this unbelievably important message to the entire Western world. He should go on for as long as as the money lasts. To me, it's absolutely obvious. But just in case that something happens, and somehow somebody gets to him, and that tomorrow there's some sort of an unfortunately disastrous result, and something happens to Sanders. I make it now, so that whenever somebody, if ever somebody sees this, or again, I'm doing this for myself, and if somebody sees this ever, one can look at the date, look at the time. I personally would think that it would be absolutely beyond wonderful if Bernie Sanders would happen to actually win not only the primary, but then the presidency of the United States. It could finally start spelling the end to this horror that the Western world has been during my lifetime. It's very interesting that the only positive thing to have happened during my lifetime was done by Russia. Firstly, Gorbachev, and then Yeltsin, and that pretty much the best thing that has happened during my lifetime, as far as international politics go, it's Boris Yeltsin and Russia, and and everywhere else it's been downhill, and finally the crony capitalism that has taken hold of everything in the Western world, that the opposite effect and the opposite movement would start to happen. What was started a long time ago in the US, probably the blueprints. I would say that everything awful that happens in the Western world, the blueprints, the original ideas probably come from Britain, and they are fine-tuned and honed and crystallized into pure horror in the United States. It probably started in the United States somewhere in I don't know, 50s, 60s, I don't know. But I mean, it all came to head in the presidential election, where you had the incumbent president Jimmy Carter talking financial sense and Ronald Reagan talking crap, and what happened? The madman won, and then Europe happened to have Margaret Thatcher here, so it was Reagan, Thatcher, the whole of Europe, and here we are. We're in this crap, in this right-wing utopia, and it really would be moved to the other direction, and perhaps something actually might start to happen to bring reason back into not just politics, but to business and to everyday person's life in the Western world. And again, I'm just greedy. I would so much want it to happen now. I doubt it. I think the powers that be are still too strong. I mean, the pounding that Bernie Sanders is taking, it's incredible to watch from the outside. I mean, how corrupt is the US media? It is incredible that such a thing can exist outside, you know, an Orwellian novel. But of course, as somebody who has been for his entire lifetime waiting for something good to happen in the Western world, yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for my treats. So I would so much want Bernie Sanders to win. We'll see. But at least I've said it now. I've said it before Super Tuesday and Super Tuesday of this year. And besides that, I've said that actually it is going to start. And again, nobody is ever going to see this, and that's fine. But I just want, at this point in time, I want to give my heartfelt, absolutely incredible, considering that I don't think the United States as great as the United States itself does. But in this case, they've got the champion. I do want to give my greatest thanks to Bernie Sanders for merely existing, for merely having this campaign, for merely having done what he has done already. There is no way that the young voters who you know, even if they don't bother, or they don't get out of bed to be able to you know, from their teen angst, if they don't get out to vote and Bernie loses, it doesn't matter. There's no way that they can be, you know, sorry about this word, screwed over the same way that their parents were. That is impossible. You know, the dragon, so to speak, it has been awoken, and if not the next election, then the one after that. You know, in 10 to 20 years, whatever, the world is, if it still exists. I mean, there are people who are trying their darnest to destroy us all. But if the world exists in 10 or 20 years, we're finally going to have development, evolvement to the right direction, politically, idealistically, ethically. All the time we've had progress as far as equality goes between sexes and so on, and scientific. But that, again, that would happen. It doesn't matter what the political evolution and social evolution is different from scientific evolution. So now we're talking about actual mental evolution, social evolution of blooming mankind. It's gonna get better. And I personally have wondered for years and years, when is it ever going to get better? This is the first, Bernie Sanders is the first sign that it's ever going to get better. I hope Jeremy Corbyn is a good guy. That would be interesting. I would have to know more. Boy. But anyway, to say it at this point, okay, it was important. I've said it again. See you.